How's it going, everybody? I'm Danny D. This is 7 Deadly Bananas, and we're about to watch Euphoria, special episode 2. The last episode, the first special episode with Rue and Ali, was quite honestly the best episode I've ever seen. If you're taking into account the subject matter and the steps by which someone is at least on the path to getting clean or contemplating getting clean and sober or whatever, the last episode was pretty much the best example I've seen on television, on the screen, period. On any screen. I really just can simply call it the chat or the talk. What happened in that last episode was absolutely amazing. It was literally one of the best adaptations I have ever seen. I feel like season 2 is the season that I'm needing to watch. So, let's get it on.
I really don't want to talk about it.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
Is this just counseling, or is she back in the psych ward? Maybe this, okay, so...
I think I want to go off my hormones.
Have you been thinking a lot about detransitioning?
No.
Okay, then what is it?
Like, what men want is so boring and simple and not creative and, like,
I would almost agree.
I feel like a fraud.
Shouldn't feel like a fraud, though.
I feel like there's a lot to unpack within what you just said.
Fuck
Okay,
yeah,
but
there
the
is.
main thing I
Jesus.
heard is how hard you are on yourself. The amount of self-criticism you're experiencing, it's a lot.
Yeah, but I think it's necessary.
Are you sure?
I mean, I hope so. Or else, and I'm really fucking crazy.
It's natural. It's so natural.
You're just a lot harder on yourself than you probably should be. Acknowledging that's important.
That is true.
Yeah, but also, like, what I'm saying is true. Like, without the self-criticism, I'd be lost.
You really feel like your entire existence, physically, emotionally, is that reactive?
Yeah, I'm here, but you're looking at like a million layers of other people that I've grabbed and clung to throughout my entire life. It's exhausting. But
I know that
when
feeling.
I was having this conversation with my friend, my entire life I've been trying to conquer femininity. I feel like femininity conquered me.
That's interesting.
How close you are to what they all collectively want to be, like in their heads. Honestly, it would be a kind of sensual experience if it wasn't so fucking terrifying.
Guys do the same thing. They do exactly the same thing. Just obviously not maybe the same subject matters.
No girl had ever looked at me the way Rue did.
In the 8 or 9 years I've had counseling, I only had 2. I want to say I rotated at least through anywhere from 6 to 9 different counselors and therapists and stuff. Only 2 of them were people that I felt comfortable I could finally talk to.
Like, she actually saw me. I mean, not to say that in like a cheesy way, because it sounds cheesy, right? Like,
Honestly, it sounds like a relief.
Yeah, absolutely.
when I say me, I mean the me that I was talking about earlier. Like, the me that's underneath a million layers of not me.
It's hard to find those moments where you could feel free to just be your true self. It's really hard to find those moments for anybody.
I take that back. I don't want to talk about my mom.
I promise you, I have no agenda. We can talk about whatever it is you want to talk about.
I mean, yeah, I think I really want to go off my hormones.
That hope she's talking about, I think, changes as you get older, at least for me.
My balls from getting bigger, the kind of shit that men wouldn't find desirable.
Depends on the man. Really.
But then I think about beautiful things that are also broad and deep and thick. And I think of something like the ocean.
Jules is really impressive, really, as a character. I think it goes hand in hand with her transitioning as well, if you think about it. I feel like she's been defending her reality for so long that now she's capable of being more honest when it comes to situations like this. Like, most people, I don't think, take advantage of therapists this way. At least for me, I was very held off. I just kind of told them what they wanted to know.
Sometimes I pray to the ocean.
I've done that. The ocean was my first higher power. It was, it's what I used to kind of understand what a higher power was when I wasn't really down to go God,
I want to be alive. I mean, that's what this has always been about, is like staying alive.
I don't know. I think there's a difference between staying alive and being alive.
The only problem is, I might have lost Drew along the way. I've had a really hard 6 months. Like, moving here, it's been really hard. I just freaked out, like I panicked, and I felt like if I didn't get out, I was gonna fucking die.
It's perfectly natural. Perfectly natural.
Were you thinking about hurting yourself?
Good call. She's good. The counselor's good.
I mean, there's a difference between thinking about hurting yourself and wanting to hurt yourself, but
she's good. She's, like, the look on her face, she's delivering this very powerfully, I think.
sorry. I don't know why I'm crying. Ugh.
'Cause it hurts.
Like, at the same time, though, I'm like really angry at Rue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable a little bit too.
Her sobriety is like completely dependent on how available I am to her.
Good. Good. It's just good to hear that out loud, like, instead of me just guessing.
Like, this massive weight on my shoulders, and I think like, what if she relapses, you know?
I've been receiving a lot of comments and messages about people who know an addict or have a family member or something of this nature, a loved one, a spouse or a partner. And it's been really interesting to hear the stories behind all that. I don't know if I could ever give anybody a shot, really. Like, I hate needles. I hate them so bad.
She's been clean for 9 months. Don't do that. Please, don't roll your eyes.
Come on, it's Mom.
Yeah,
Halfway houses.
you can be angry with her,
That's a hard
and I understand that, but you can't just dismiss the good.
That's a tough situation for any kid to be in. There's really no wrong way to handle it except for, in terms of wanting to reconnect. And obviously there's bad decisions you can make based off of it and stuff.
Like, never thought about it that way before. Oh.
If I wasn't important, then why would you waste all your poison?
Almost like she's acting out what she would do with her mom, maybe, or what she wished she would have done. In that case, the act out actually would be part of that as well. Once you realize the reality of the situation, running away from it might feel more natural that way, which is understandable. So this must be back when she's still talking to Tyler on the text.
I should have known I was setting myself up. Or maybe I did know. Maybe that's like what I'm actually attracted to.
It's a hell of an observation.
The letdown.
That is incredibly, incredibly relatable. It's a nice fantasy. Jesus. He's pretty ripped. That would be hard to do, to just slide her out the window like that.
I have. Like, better than anyone else. Except you could be lying.
I could
Anyone
fully
could be
understand.
lying.
You grow up within destruction. I was much more used to the chaos than I was a normal life, or what people would call a normal life. And a lot of my addiction was almost purposely keeping me in that place because it's just how I knew how to handle the world in that kind of world. I knew how to handle that, you know, letdown and disappointment and self-destruction. I knew how to live with that. It was the willingness to try and learn how to not to live with it that I was kind of the kicker.
Wait, Rue, you've
very,
been clean for like
very-
2 weeks.
I like their vibe. I really do. I just like their vibe. They do it really well. They have a great chemistry on camera together.
I hate everyone else in the world but you.
That's high praise right there, Rue. If you like those highlights and you want to see more of me watching this completely unedited, hit that link below. 7 Deadly Bananas on Patreon. $5 gets you started. You get to see everything uncut with the screen, and I'm in a little tiny window down here. Join me, and I can pretty much guarantee that I'm talking at least an extra half hour per episode I see. So I get into it. I'm not afraid. It's okay. You know, if anything, you guys are helping me get through this really well. So I know that's a long one, but I wanted to say what I wanted to say. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.
I'm sorry. I should go. I froze.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah,
Because
I was
I'd
wondering
never
that.
kissed a girl before.
I was wondering if we got the chance to hear about that, actually.
So when it happened, the only thought I had was like, don't lose her.
Why did you think you would lose her?
Because like, how could it be possible that Rue loved me as much as I loved her?
I think the better question is, why would you think that would be impossible?
Good shit. God damn it. It's kind of impossible not to talk about it now. You try your best to avoid the real subject, and then somehow everything you talk about just comes full circle back to it. You can't keep dodging it, you know?
Like, I'd never tell her this,
Oh,
but
thank God I grabbed this thing, dude.
I feel like I got to know him better than I knew Rue. Genuinely the best sex I've ever had.
Through text?
It was just pure fucking imagination.
She does have a really vivid imagination for sure. Yeah, see, we didn't even get cell phones and stuff until I was like 16 or something. Like, we had pagers before that. Maybe was there like a sexting form of paging? all of my fellow 1980s people help me out with that. Was there like, I mean, I know there was like an I love you and big boobs and all the weird texting stuff, but I don't know if it invigorated the imagination enough to be concluded as sexting.
I'm gonna fuck you until you're soaking wet.
Jesus. Oh, no. Okay. Never mind. That's what you do when you're imagining this.
It felt so real. I'm still in love
Mind
with
is a very
Tyler.
powerful place. Oh, is this now Jules? No, still Tyler. Still Tyler wannabe when she doesn't really know it's Tyler. Jesus Christ. The imagery that's going on with all of this is amazing. Again, I'm still not down for the underage sex part. I feel like there's a very poetic thing going on right now in front of me. It's really allowing me to understand.
Rue?
I was wondering, is this like,
Really bad nightmare.
I didn't understand that scene part. Like,
Living in New York City.
oh,
with
okay.
Rue.
Okay, good. Yeah, so it was a dream.
When I got home,
Rue, open the door!
and like, by the time I opened the door,
Rue! Open the... God! Fuck.
That's hard.
I wanted to say hi and
Fuck. That's not fair. I don't see how the father or the mom would have thought that that was going to happen any other way, considering probably not a good move.
Jules, she's been clean. She's doing really well. All she wants as part of her recovery is to make amends.
She wants my forgiveness?
Not necessarily.
Don't be fucking cruel.
I don't care.
Yeah, you do.
I swear to God that I don't fucking care.
That's like every sobrietin's worst nightmare right there.
Then just go downstairs and let her apologize.
I can't imagine what's going through the mom's head also right now. Hearing that echo from the bedroom. Jesus Christ. God fucking damn it.
I can't go back to East Highland.
Excuse me.
You're coming home. I'm not leaving here without you.
I was a runaway from 16 to 17. Very different circumstances. I was basically a junkie, so. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for this week.
Sorry if that was a lot.
I'm the one person you never have to apologize to. Be patient with yourself.
I'm glad you did, Jules. Good job.
And have a wonderful New Year.
Merry Christmas.
I'm Jewish.
Nice. Right on. You're like 10 days of Christmas, yeah. Or well, Hanukkah. Good call.
And I'm really sorry about like everything that happened at the train station and leaving and stuff.
God, fuck, I don't know why I'm crying. I just get really emotional during the holidays.
Yeah. God, they did it again, didn't they? So oh shit. Oh fuck. God damn it, you guys. What did I sign up for, man? Jesus. Okay, that was another beautiful episode. I'm sure the feelings that I had about the episode before, I feel would also be shared by people who would be more so in this situation, you know, not transitioning and all that other stuff. Like I'm talking more about the love triangle of it, you know, going to counseling as opposed to a sponsor or those kinds of things. Like it kind of played out the more non-addictive version of what person, say in a partnership or that would just be in love with someone who's an addict would go through, you know, kind of anybody that would want to take steps in either helping themselves or understanding the situation. This was another beautiful episode. I love how it had the yin to the yang, you know, Rue talking to her sponsor and now Jules talking to her therapist, which a new therapist, obviously, but both of them have now made like major steps towards working on themselves, which I think is huge. Join me next time. We're going to start right back up with season 2, episode 1. It's going to be crazy from what I hear, and yeah, I hope you join me for it. I'll probably need the support, honestly. So thanks again for joining, you guys. I very much appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.